3, 2, 1. We're on the air.
Michael, you're the MC.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Berkowitz family celebrating Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Right. So, in honor of that, Dana will be commenting on her husband's play at the other table when we switch over to that occasionally. But right now, South and North are for the Millens team. They're down 16 imps, and Sandra Rimstad is playing with Kevin Dwyer. And East and West are Michael and Debbie Rosenberg for the Rosenthal squad. So South has opened the club, North bit a spade, and South reversed with 2 diamonds. So what do you think of the North hand now? Should it be 2 hearts or 2 spades?
Well, 2 hearts is often a get out, isn't it?
Right.
But obviously when they bid again, I guess it would help clarify.
Okay, so now South bid 3 clubs, which I think was forcing probably, and North now finally had to admit that he had a heart stopper. He's probably hoping for a heart lead. And let's see, he's only got 3 clubs, 4 diamonds, and a heart. He's only got 8 tricks. Where does he go for his 9th? Well, the obvious answer is clubs. But if he goes after clubs, he might lose 2 hearts, 2 spades, and a club. So how do we see any way for him to take 9 tricks here? He could duck the first 2 hearts, and then Michael Rosenberg would have to shift to something. A spade shift doesn't look attractive into declare who's bid suit twice. Meanwhile, the
Maybe a
8 of
diamond.
hearts, maybe a diamond, sure. At any rate, the opening leaves the 8 of hearts, which is, I guess they must play some sort of rooster now. So that shows the 9. Michael will play the king, and Kevin, I don't know. If he ducks 2 hearts, he's in danger of losing 3 spades and 2 hearts when the clubs were 3-3. He could have been cold.
He's not going to love his pitches either.
Right.
Do you think he's going to cash the king of diamonds and go over, or is he going to keep the diamond as an entry in case the clubs don't cooperate?
Well, he doesn't need to cash the king of diamonds, because if the clubs cooperate, he's got 6 clubs and 3 diamonds and a heart. So I think he's going to keep that, and he's just going to play 4 rounds of clubs and hope the defense can't untangle what they need to untangle. There's no reason, if you're playing match points, you would cash the king of diamonds because you would try to take 4 diamonds, 6 clubs, and a spade. But I don't see any reason to do that here. And keeping the defense in the dark as to where the king of diamonds lead might be a very good idea.
So on this line, if he does play 4 rounds of clubs next.
Well, Debbie will throw 2 low diamonds. Remember, she thinks her hearts are running. She can't imagine that Clara has 5 hearts. I mean, that's not something you expect. Your pawn to play the king and then the jack. She thinks he has another one. She also thinks he's about to win. Now, another thing of interest is Kevin could play the 10 of clubs and let the jack win, but the defense would be in a position to cash out. So I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's thinking about whether to cash the king of diamonds, and I don't see any reason to do it. So I would play 4 rounds of clubs here.
And hope that they don't find their 5 tricks that they now have.
Meanwhile, Debbie has played the 9 of hearts, implying something in spades. That's suit preference situation there. She played the 8 and then she played the 9. So Michael should know when he gets in to play spades. It's a very careful carding play.
Yes.
Whoa,
Very interesting.
I don't understand this at all. What the heck is he hoping for? They can just cash out and beat him, take 3 hearts and 2 spades.
Certainly not clear from Debbie's perspective to do that.
It was clear to play the 7, I'll tell you that.
that she got. And she knows the heart position. Very astute when they show out.
I think she's just gonna exit with a diamond. After all, the Clara can't possibly have 9 tricks to be playing
Yeah.
on.
That's certainly what it seems like is the safest thing to do.
This, I have to admit, of all the things on my plate, a heart for my hand was not one of them. That is a bizarre play.
Maybe he read the spots as indicating that they would be splitting.
Or maybe he thought she had queen 9/8 third. But then the jack would have been a strange play, right? I don't know what he was playing for, but maybe someday he'll tell us. Or maybe we'll never find out and we'll be better
Let's see,
off.
maybe people on the Twitch are smarter than us and can tell us what they think he is.
Yeah, is there people to talk to us? Tell us what they did. I have to admit, the 6 of hearts did not come to mind to me.
There was a similar hand, well, not similar, interesting hand earlier today where Chris Wolankin and Amber were in 3-0 and they had 2 little hearts opposite 2 little hearts. So they were entirely open in a side suit. And Chris nevertheless ducked the first trick to try to guarantee the contract if one of two long suits made instead of both needing both.
Well, if I was Debbie, I would be praying for my pawn that I have 4 clubs now, which of course he does. So this is going to be down 1, but a very odd way to play it, if you ask me.
Well, at some point, maybe we'll get to ask Kevin.
Oh yeah, get a microphone on him. Kevin, did you miss that? What the heck was going, what was, I mean, if you go down when clubs are 3-3 on this hand, I don't see how you could. I don't know. I admit that it would be very hard for the opponents to get this right. But still.
Maybe that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they have queen 9/8, 7 of hearts and the ace king of spades. And they just take them. They say, okay, I'll take them.
Right. He certainly had legitimate chances
Yeah,
without
they-
having to play for some type of
So
defensive error.
meanwhile,
But it did, as Dan had said, put pressure on the defenders.
what about 4 spades as a contract? It's got 3 spade losers. He's got to do some work with all those hearts, but he might make 10 tricks in spades. We'll see what they got to at the other table eventually.
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, full disclosure on this, the Rosenthal team, which is right now playing at this table, Michael and Debbie, playing with Amber and Chris at the other table, I think, and Andrew Rosenthal and Migri. Dana is married to Chris.
That's why she called him by Chris Lincoln. And just
So
there.
just there is some rooting interest going on. But, so here they are going to go down to.
It looked like down 1, the same, I think.
Okay, so it's got a diamond. Pass. A
No, they were
heart,
down 2.
Debbie. 1 spade by Sandra, normal. Pass, which denied 3 hearts. They play support doubles. So how many people would open a no trump with the West hands? 14 points. And if you're playing 15 to 17, I see no reason to do it. But a lot
Well,
of
it's
people.
also 13 points. So even the circumspect among the.
On the
14.
West end, ace, king, ace, king.
Wait a second.
Oh, 14, 14.
Where did you go to public school?
I don't know.
Oh my God, Dana, please. The old Japan school system has just taken a big hit.
I think I saw one of the aces as a king. At least that's my excuse. Ooh, a four
Not
diamond
to mention
bid.
Princeton and Harvard, by the way, just the old Japan public school system.
Yeah, well, Princeton and Harvard, yeah, they're overrated. At any rate, Debbie has now been 4 diamonds, which is obviously, it's not forcing, because if you wanted to force, you would have been 3 spades. You would have cubed it. Michael is suggesting 4 hearts because he has honor in 1. Debbie's not gonna like that. So she'll go back to 5 diamonds, I assume. And 5 diamonds, if the Clara takes the normal play in diamonds, will come home with 11 tricks.
4 diamonds was alerted as
Can we see
not
what it is?
short of fortune. The alert was not
Oh,
short
not
of
sort of
forcing.
forcing.
Not sure. My God, they've lived together for 40 years.
No,
No,
they're much
that's-
younger than us.
Okay, so
She's much
anyway,
younger than us.
most people would play that 4 diamonds is not forcing. It's a hand like this, because if they wanted to force to game, they could double 2 spades to show a good hand, which is a modern style, or they could cube it to show a really good hand with probable shortness. For starters, looking for 3-0, but then when she removes the 4 diamonds, it would be obvious she's forcing in diamonds.
Well, what do you think about this East hand sort of forgetting about the
4-0
idea of 3-no trump?
I think 4 diamonds is perfect. This hand doesn't look like a no trump hand to me. What do you think? If you bid 3 spades or doubled and you pawned him at 3-0, would you be sure he was making it? I mean, so you got 5 diamond tricks and 1 spade stopper is 6. Where you need 3 more tricks.
Ace, king, ace, just like they have.
Yeah, but think about
Yeah, but you do need.
okay, well, at any rate, they've gotten to 5
Diamonds.
diamonds, and the whole hand is on Michael Rosenberg
Bringing home
guessing
the
the
diamonds.
Now, you and I can all see that they come in. Is there any reason for him to play either north or south for shortness? They've only been up to 2 spades. Nobody's shown particularly anything. They've led the queen of clubs. That means they have queen jack, but it doesn't mean anything else. I don't see any real reason why not to play the king of spades and a spade to dummy. I mean, South didn't
Well-
have enough chance to bid. King of diamonds and a diamond to dummy. I mean.
Mom, what do you think of 8 ever, 9 never?
I think that it's interesting. I mean, they didn't show shortness, but then we do have, let's see, 14, 18, 19, 20, 20. They didn't bid a lot against us, which,
Well, they don't have anything. They only have 8 spades.
as it turns out, they only have 8. Well, again, leading to the thought that they're more balanced. That the hands are more balanced.
I think Michael is.
I teach 8 ever, 9 never, but there are reasons to not do that, but this doesn't seem to be one of those hands.
He's probably thinking about whether he should give up a heart first.
And it looks like he's
He's,
trying.
I assume he's gonna, wow. If he plays another heart now, he assumes from the 10 of hearts that he can't be in an overruff position, because South probably would not do it. So now he knows that South has a doubleton heart.
And 5 spades.
Now, is he any closer to playing South for the queen third of diamonds?
Well, from the opening lead, though, feels like clubs are 4-4, right? What was,
Why?
are they playing third and fourth best leads and they led
The queen, Mike.
Queen.
oh, they led the queen, never mind.
What they
So
might
clubs could be
thinking,
5-3. Clubs
why
could be
didn't they lead a
5-3.
spade?
Well,
Maybe he has the ace of spades,
he
that's
might
a thought.
play, so he might play a spade at some point. But if North had the ace of spades, well, at any rate, he might play the ace of clubs and rough a club and play a heart. And when he finds out that the hearts are indeed what they are, he's a chance he could go wrong. He knows that South is 5-2. Question is whether 5-2-2-4 or 5-1-3-5-1, 5-2-3-3.
Why should he go wrong? I mean, he knows 7 cards in South and 7 cards in North.
Well, now he's gonna know a little more.
Well, the question really is, does Kevin play the Jack of clubs, the card he's known to have? It's risky because if Declare had ace 10 fourth, it might be, no, it
Right.
wouldn't really matter. So he should play the Jack of clubs here, right? If Declare plays another club.
To give an illusion. Well,
That would give
To give an
South-
illusion that partner has length in diamonds. If partner has length in clubs, that's not good for him.
So basically,
Oh, yeah, it's
Declare is at all our local clubs, this hand would have been over in 2 seconds.
they
Highest of
do-
level, Michael Rosenberg is out there digging for clues.
there are a lot of imps swinging on this as the other table stopped in 2-no trump after a 1-no opening by the West hand.
Huh.
Right, East bid 2 diamonds, West bid 2 hearts, East bid 2 no. Which is, East should have been probably 3 diamonds. Forced the game with 5-5. So
Yeah.
now. He doesn't know anything yet. He's gonna play a heart. He's gonna get the count on the hearts.
well, he sort of had the count on the hearts, but
Well, if South played the king of hearts, he would really have the count
so
on the
she,
hearts.
Sandra should throw a spade, something
Right.
she's known to
She
have.
should throw a spade, the card she's known to have. She will throw the queen of spades. Or the 10 of spades.
She'll throw a spade.
Oh,
Oh, so now. She is
Trying to create
looking
an
that
illusion.
she has. Oh, now Declare could go wrong in diamonds, but wait a second. He can't go wrong in diamonds. If he plays South for king third of diamonds, he can't make this hand, the queen third of diamonds.
because he can't pick it up.
No, he can't. He's actually going to ruff a club. He
All right,
believes clubs. Wow, that is strange. Now he knows that South is 5-2-4-2.
Yep,
I'm not sure about the way he played that, but
He
All's
kind
well
of had a
that ends well.
claim on a cross rough. He doesn't even need the diamonds.
no, yeah, now. Yes, now he does. But still,
Oh, I see. That's a cute.
I'm not sure. But I don't usually argue with Michael Rosenberg, but if that 10 of clubs was a legitimate card, he was going down.
Right.
All right. well, that's-
And the diamond was off. If the,
Yeah.
so both
Right.
needed to be true.
So the North hand, I know it's 17
But it's
points.
very
It's got
good.
its good points and its bad points. I think that might be a no trump to me, but it's got a 5-card suit, but it's got a king jack double, then it's got a 10 of club. It's
10 of
very
clubs, 9 of
close.
diamonds.
I'm gonna give you one of the secrets to success about opening 5-card majors with the no trump. And this is how I would decide this hand. Everybody listening? Everybody bent over?
We're
Quiet.
wrapped.
I would look at my hearts. When I have 5 spades, if I have 3 hearts, I would tend to open a no trump because if partner is 3-5, I will not get to a bad major suit fit. But when I only have 2 hearts, there's a chance my partner is going to transfer the hearts with 5 of them. And if partner has 3 spades and 5 hearts,
I'm
I
in the
would
wrong
be in
spot.
an inferior contract. So if all else is equal, I look at how many cards I have in the other major.
What do you think about,
Everybody got that?
what
But the,
do you think about 2 hearts game forcing with a stiff spade?
I would bid 2 hearts, 6-5. You can't start this hand with a no trump. What happens when your partner bids 2 diamonds?
Or passes a no trump if it's only semi-forcing.
So as we could see, 6 clubs has interesting plays. The queen of clubs is singleton, the hearts split badly. Michael Rosenberg has done pretty well. He's never bid his 7-card suit. I mean, I know people who would bid 7-card suits. Okay, so Kevin has bid 3 hearts. He's taken a preference. I believe South will say sayonara and bid 4 hearts. I mean, I think South, as we, now the question is, Kevin has a lot of good cards. He's got 2 honors in hearts, 2 honors in clubs, 2 honors in spades, and no diamond control. And partner said, now partner could have bid 3 spades, 4 clubs, 4 diamonds. Partner has said she has do. So Kevin is now thinking, well, ace, queen of hearts, king, queen of clubs, I'm off 2 diamond tricks. I mean, I think he might pass, but I wouldn't swear to it.
You
I
might
mean,
think that she is, if she has diamond shortness.
that she would have cubed.
She could have
She
cubed.
could have cubed 4 diamonds. She could have done anything. If she has a good hand, and he's only got 2 trump, I admit they're 2 very good ones of 4 spades. Is that
kickback?
now? That's probably, it would be alerted if it was kickback, I assume. Unless he's alerting it now. 4 spades. Now the question is, does she have to admit to a control?
Mhm.
Does she have to admit to a diamond control? And a more interesting question is, if she does show a diamond control, I think Kevin might bid 5 no, pick a slam, because 6 clubs is much better than 6 hearts. I mean, it's better. I don't know if it's going to make, but it's better. I'm sure looking at all the hands, we can all make 6 clubs. I don't think any of us can make 6 hearts. Although it'd be interesting. The double dummy thinks say 6 hearts is the make. Let's see, if you rough a spade in your hand, you could play 4 rounds of clubs.
Is there some like coup position you could develop?
There must be a trump coup, right? Because
Yeah,
there's queen of
but
hearts over there.
I'm not sure
No, I don't think there is though. I think you have too many clubs.
Probably not. But I mean,
I think single dummy, you're very unlikely to make it. You'd probably play for queen third on side or some queen third in front of the king jack doubleton and guessing.
play a heart to the queen jack and go right. Now Michael has done very well by not bidding on this hand.
6 clubs.
6 clubs.
Okay, well, Kevin's gonna pass that unless he's not gonna bid 7 clubs. His partner only bid 4 hearts. So they're gonna play 6 clubs. 6 clubs has a play.
It does, and with the singleton queen, it's a reasonably good start.
Well, how many they have 1 diamond and 1 spade pitch, that's 2. And they need to rough 2 hearts is 4. And their hand is gonna be high. I think they might make 6 clubs. That was a very nice bid by Sandra. Kevin should, I know he's thinking, but he should surely pass. And he did. So this is the best of all slams. If Rosenberg does not lead the ace of diamonds, the play will be quick. He's led it.
Right. Double dummy says that this is gold, and we
Oh,
figured
it's-
this out. Single
Okay.
dummy, but
If you cash the ace of clubs and the queen falls, you play king of hearts and a heart to the ace, and you see the whole hand. You take your 2 pitches and you rough 2 things in dummy, and you make your 3 of clubs somewhere along the line. I assume.
yeah, but when West has the singleton queen of clubs, would that not make you think that the hearts might be splitting badly the other way?
Right, but when you play the king of hearts and West plays the 10, yeah, what can I say?
I don't know.
And that jack of diamonds sort of indicates might be short. Although it might just be the jack
Super.
10.
So we've
Be super preference for.
this match, by the way, has had lots and lots and lots of swings already, right? We're at 99.76 on board 33. Someone could do the math. of how many imps per board. But so far in this game, on board 1, just for an update of the both tables, on board 1, 3 no trump went down an extra 1, so that was 3 imps to the Millens team. And on this, on board 2, as we mentioned, 5 diamonds made here, and at the other table they were only in 2 no trump making, so that was 10 imps to Rosenthal.
She's played the king of hearts. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, well, I'm not sure that.
Oh, no.
I think this was I mean, I don't think it was unreasonable to try
Oh, it
for
wasn't
3-2
unreasonable.
hearts, and this gave her some more.
I thought you had a rooting interest.
Hmm?
What is this oh no stuff?
I'm rooting for whoever I'm looking at.
We like good declare play, and here I don't think this was unreasonable. She was playing for 3-2 hearts basically, and if the third heart was being roughed by West, she wanted to have that tennis.
Yeah, but the 10 of hearts coming up is a very dangerous card. If it's queen 10 doubleton, she's all right. What would Michael Rose is, I know he's good, but playing the 10 of hearts from queen 10 fourth is pretty spiffy. I don't know. At any rate, she's gonna claim.
I have heard Rosenberg once say, no matter what you hold as defender, if you hold the jack and declare is playing that suit, play it.
He got that from Zia. Zia always used to have, like, he would look at Jack 9 doubleton like God's gift to him. I think that's because he was a clavierge player. Okay, Debbie has opened the club. South has a hand that's too good to overcall a no trump. And
So
South
why
will-
did she open up instead of a diamond?
Okay, so I once asked Michael Rosenberg, when you're 4-4 in the minors, which one do you open? He says he has very specific rules and he's not allowed to tell me. I say, well, what do your partners know? He says, I don't tell my partners either, but I do have specific rules.
Do you think he tells his wife?
Yes, the question is, does he tell his wife? I couldn't tell you.
Well,
I don't think he's told his wife. I think that Michael's rules are secret so that there's no agreement. I don't know if Debbie also plays secret rules, her own secret rules or not, or if they maybe play that one diamond is unbalanced or something.
An awful lot of bidding by East and West, but South will double this. I assume Sandra will double this. And North will scoot out to something and they'll either get the 3-0 or 4 hearts. They don't want to get the 3-0 because the hearts aren't useful. 4 hearts loses a club and 2 hearts, so they should want to get to 4 hearts. I would think, wouldn't you double again, Michael? Doesn't that show a good hand with 3 trump usually?
that does seem like that's what that shows.
And then Kevin would bid 3 hearts maybe. And then
Well, the problem is that your partner could be under pressure, but I guess over 3 clubs, there's a lot of room to do stuff.
You have to show your hand. Now, the question is whether Kevin bids 3 diamonds or 3 hearts. Whatever he bids, I think the South, okay, is 3 hearts. So you know your partner has 3 hearts, so that shows 5 hearts. And South has a pretty easy raise to 4 hearts. She might be thinking about 3 now. She does.
Mhm.
Kevin should not like that. If he passes, they're in trouble.
Would you have free bid 2 hearts over 2 clubs here? With
No.
Kevin's 2 count?
I only have this to say about that. If I was his age, maybe I would. But I can't afford to do that.
And
So
he-
she's 3-0.
She's in 3-0, they're in the wrong spot.
yeah, this is not. Let's see, 2 diamond tricks and 3 spade tricks.
This could
5.
be,
No 4 spade tricks.
I see
Well-
Rosa picked up another chunk on the last board. What was the last board? That was,
Slam.
Yeah,
Slam
so-
down.
what
They
it-
stopped in 4 heart. Chris and Amber stopped in 4 hearts and made 6. So 11 imps, which is exceeding our average of apparently 5.5 imps per board. Thank you for Showstrock in the Twitch for doing the math for us. But it has been an impressively active match both ways, which means that it's certainly far from over. And remember, this is only the third segment of 8 segments, and it will continue to be a lot of action.
Debbie has returned the 10 of clubs, and Michael, looking at the 9, will duck that routinely, I assume. The 10 denies the jack. Oh my goodness, why did he take that?
Why indeed?
Why indeed? I mean, the 10, well, you see, he might have been confused by Debbie's 3 club bid. He might think she.
I was
5 clubs.
confused.
So now the player is in position to make this hand because the defense, well, if they play another club,
He can't play another club.
he can do whatever
He
he
knows.
wants.
Hey,
Oh, no.
This defense is, shall we say, not good.
I'm not sure why Debbie. Oh, I guess she wanted to keep the lead in her side.
I'm not sure why Michael took it. What was his hurry? So now they're gonna, the Clara will play hearts. And the defense has to let her take a heart, and she could take a diamond finesse and come home with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She'll be making this. This is a gift. But 4 hearts, I think, was pretty cold.
Well, we don't believe in pushes in this match, so they're in 2 hearts in the other room.
2 hearts north-south.
2 hearts north-south.
That,
Interesting.
Because again, this match does not believe in pushes.
So how did their auction go?
Their auction went a diamond by East, and we can talk more about those 4-4 opening bids. A diamond, double by
I don't know
Chris,
what Michael Rosenberg would do.
a no trump by West with a 7 count 4-3-3 seems sort of okay.
he was
White.
white.
And then North
Passed.
passed. So when pass, double. And now it went pass and Amber pulled the 2 hearts. And that ended it.
Pretty reasonable, I have to say,
Yeah,
in my
It-
view.
it's not the greatest game. I mean, you need the diamond finesse, you need no spade rough. I mean, so the defense, if the defense lets them take this heart trick, she has to take a diamond. Well, the defense stuck it. Now they're gonna force them to take, well, who
The
knows?
defense won it.
The defense won it. Debbie doesn't know where that 8 of clubs is. She might play the 7 of clubs now.
She's gonna be mighty disappointed.
Yeah, if this is when you don't want to be. in
This
the
is, you
same
don't
room.
want to be a spouse.
You don't want to be in the
You want to
same
be
room
something else.
and have it go 7, 8, but you do not want this to be going.
This
on.
has to be the early stages of a relationship where everybody smiles.
And that can be a romantic relationship or a bridge relationship.
One nice thing about the trials I assume that many people have been watching for a while now, but it's held in these hotel rooms and you're playing with one of your opponents. And so your partner is literally on the other side of the hotel. They can't hear you scream, let alone see you roll your eyes or anything, or sigh, or any of the movements that our partners make at the table that make us want to kill ourselves or our partners.
Well, Sandra might cash the ace king of spades first, but it doesn't really matter. She's going to need a diamond finesse. Meanwhile,
She can have her opponents take that finesse for her though, if she cashes the spades.
yeah. So she should have cashed the spades, because then if Rosenberg had the ace of, but if Rosenberg had the ace of hearts, the diamond was surely onside. Because he already had a king, and if he had the ace too. So Debbie is thinking of covering. The longer Debbie thinks, the happier Sandra is. So Millens is, I gotta say, so far the bridge has been less than, shall we say, pristine.
Well, I think the one thing, I mean, there's a lot of things you can learn from watching bridge at the top like this, but the thing that is always clearest when we watch, particularly when we get to see all 4 hands, is that defense is hard. And sometimes if you're not sure, bidding a lot is a decent strategy because defending is hard.
I mean, this is another
Might Sandra play ace, king of spades and exit with the jack of hearts? No,
Certainly.
there's too many diamonds
Diamonds.
around.
No,
No.
Too many diamonds around.
this is another Michael Rosenbergism, I think, that bridges so hard that everybody's kind of bad. So if you can just make fewer mistakes than the other team, you'll win usually. You don't have to be brilliant. You just need to keep your mistakes, keep your beginnerish mistakes to a minimum.
Why does it feel like Michael and Zia had different perspectives on that?
Well,
I don't
Sandra
know.
is actually thinking about playing a heart,
She can't do that.
but that would give RHO the heart.
I mean, it's
And
possible.
no, she would have opened. It
But she
would have
opened,
club double a diamond. It wouldn't have gone a club double two clubs. She knows the club's a 4-4. I mean, I don't, she's just, I think she, I don't know, she's just making sure. But I'm pretty sure she's gonna play the queen of spades now.
it's a pretty big play to do the other thing.
You think? I mean, what would Michael's hand be? 2-2, 5-4? I don't know. I guess anything's possible. But Michael would have given the wrong count in hearts too. I don't know what their count is.
Oh
no.
my God.
no.
Hasn't been a good set for Sandra.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this
That was
one
so-
wasn't so good.
This was pretty bad.
I mean, it's hard. It's
It's very hard, but she knew there were all those diamonds, I thought.
Oh, I'd be nauseous by now.
Well, the good news is Sandra is not married to Kevin Dwyer. Her sister is.
right. So he has to be extra nice. Although they're again, as
Already
you
can
mentioned,
see
they're not in the
how-
same room.
How the bridge world works. Everybody is related.
Yes, we.
That's particularly true on this particular broadcast, I would say, Mom. It's not true of the entire world.
And when we disappear for our Mother's Day dinner, Michael is going to be joined by another member of the family, his father-in-law.
So it's gonna go 2 spades past, I think maybe 4 spades. And North must lead the king of clubs if he has any thought of beating this hand.
So that was 9 imps to the Rosenthal team.
It
who
should have
stopped
been
in
13 imps the other way.
Yeah, it was
So-
a big
so the
imp
king of-
swing.
The king of
I'll
clubs would be
say
a pretty,
Amber and Chris are having some so-so results, and they're winning a chunk of imps on all of them.
so the
Right?
king of clubs is a pretty aggressive lead, right? Do you
That
think
is-
this option calls for an
11.
aggressive lead?
The king of clubs lead has a lot to be said for it. I mean, it's a direct line to beating it.
And also they have a spade control, which is an extra nice thing to have when you're trying to get a rough.
Now Sandra has another decision. She might decide to overtake that. But,
That would work on this hand.
well, it would, yes, it would work on this end. So they play upside down. Michael has played the 9. But nothing about that dummy is gonna stop Kevin from playing. it.
At the other
Yeah.
table, Amber found the same lead
Against the same contract?
against the same contract. So good lead by both Norths. We were complaining about the quality of bridge, but this was a good find on lead.
Yeah,
And as Dana mentioned, when the weak hand is declarer, when the preemptor is the declarer, it's a time to make really aggressive leads because you often are not giving up anything, right? You don't want to lead into declarer when they have a strong hand, but here they have a weak hand, so you can be aggressive.
boy, wouldn't it be, if the Clara had ace, king, 6 of spades, he would be very unhappy. But it was a good lead.
And they have to, no, it doesn't.
So we finally have a push, Mike.
Yes, we have finally found a push. It took 23 imps for us, sorry, I miscounted that. No, 23 imps for us to find a push. But bringing back our average. normal. And it was interesting that neither of these tables are they playing, are the East-West pairs playing multi, which is very popular these days.
More
Or maybe they
pop-
are, but this hand was too good for it.
There weren't a lot of multi players in the tournament.
Okay.
There was only, I think, 3 pairs that were playing multi. The tablets are cool. So they're playing bridge on the Love Bridge system. And in the settings are preloaded with the opponent's convention card. So their system summary, their ACBL convention card, and also if they're playing multi, a multi defense.
Ah, that's cute.
Yeah,
So
it's nice.
Michael, would you have opened that West hand? I think most people would.
11. I think I probably would. Dana, would you?
Spade suit.
10
Yes,
o'clock.
would.
Dana would always
I
open.
think Michael who would pass that hand. It's got a diamond, pass a heart, a spade, and now North will pass the 9 3-card support. And Debbie will bid 2 spades, I think. And now South has a heavy 3 diamond bid. Or maybe she'll double. North will bid 2 now. South will bid 3 diamonds. That sounds forcing to me. They're off to the wild blue yonder. Of course, if you know, he's bid 3 clubs, and now I tell you, 3 diamonds. When you bought, Sandra will bid 3 diamonds. Kevin will figure that if she wanted a force, she could have bid 3 spades. I think he's gonna go quietly. Of course, once again, you're gonna have an expedition to find out where the ace and the queen of hearts are. Because that's the whole hand. He's gonna play some clubs, he's gonna play some
So
diamonds.
this was a hand where everybody was vol, and Kevin Dwyer, the child, opened the bidding with a much less good hand, I think, than Michael Rosenberg, who passed.
Right. But Rosenberg.
The child being, anyone under the age of 65 or something.
Yeah, yeah. Kevin is in his 30s. He's a grown-up.
So Michael,
Just to be
you-
clear.
first of all, they've let a spade, so you're in very good shape now because you have the king of spades to throw a club away. So you don't have to worry about the hearts. You should lead the 10 of hearts early. When you want them to cover, you lead the highest. When you don't want them to cover, you lead the lowest. Oh, come on, Kevin.
He's
Wrong
playing
again,
upside
Berkowitz.
down.
Wrong again.
He's trying the reverse psychology, which,
It could be.
could be.
Well, he led the 9 thinking that maybe that looks like a singleton. And then they would go up with the ace. Well, I don't know.
There's a lot of psychology, one way or the other.
Second hand low was one of my favorite conventions. At any rate, apparently Debbie and Michael don't play 0 with 2 higher in the middle of the hand, which is a convention I actually like.
Your wife doesn't play it either,
My wife doesn't play it either.
but we don't know what we play, so that's okay.
So 0 with 2 higher in the middle of the hand. This hand is going to be over quickly. And if West had opened a spade, West might end up declaring 3 spades, which would go down 2, I believe.
All right. So what I've learned so far doing this VUGRAPH with you is that you are the world's worst predictor of results. What result do you predict in the other room?
Where West did in fact open a spade?
Where West did in fact open a spade.
3 spades down 2.
Okay, well, they were in 3 spades and Amber tried to double, which may or may not have been an attempt at a penalty double from the north hand, and that was taken out to 4 hearts. So we're
What's
playing
happening
4 hearts by South, which has play.
Wait,
It's gonna
doesn't that
make-
have,
4 hearts will make on this layout if they guess it right. Yeah.
They lead a spade, they'll make it.
Yeah, but if they lead a club,
club, it's off 3 club tricks to start and then a heart. And
They
in
let a
this case, it's a
spade.
heart.
They
They're
let a
gonna make
spade.
it. They're gonna make it.
They're gonna make it.
Mike, don't repeat Dad's prediction.
I said they were in 3 spades.
They
You
were
beat
briefly in
hard.
3 spades.
Three spades doubled was 500, right?
That's true.
Two diamonds, two hearts, two spades, good night. And that's without the Clara guessing the queen of clubs.
So I guess maybe Michael didn't have an opening bid.
Well, at the table where West made an opening bid, the opponents got to game. This is very strange. This is a little antithetical to the whole proposition. Whereas at the table where we were allowed to open, no game. It's very, very strange results.
But how did they get in?
It went a spade past two spades and Chris doubled very
Okay.
reasonably with 5-1
With
or
diamonds.
1-5-4-3.
Right.
And North bid 2-0,
2-0, which was
scramble.
takeout.
South bid 3 diamonds.
No, East bid 3 spades. It went pass. She did
Yeah,
Amber.
I can see Amber doubling, and now South bid 4 hearts. Geez, nice 10-9 of hearts, partner.
Yeah.
Wow. This could be turning into a runaway here.
With the amount of imp swung, there's no amount of lead that will feel safe. But
Okay.
yes, so far this set is
No,
40-3 Rosenthal.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Debbie will Stamen because she's got an easy raise of 2 of a major to 3. She's got an easy 2-0 bid. Would you pass or would you with Stamen? I would Stamen.
I would
agree.
say.
Would you Stamen also at match points? I think I probably would still.
I have to get to a major. It's gonna go 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2-0. And now
He's gonna be 3 now.
he's gonna be 3-0. And Kevin, I think on an auction like this, you don't tend to be totally aggressive. Because you know they have 24 or 25 high card points. He might lead a spade. Which would
That would
be
make partner happy.
It'd be a
What?
very good part.
that
And
would be a very good start for the defense. Now, Michael is evaluating his 16 points. And then he added a point for his declare play. I think
Mhm.
everything is fine. I think
he has a pretty good 16.
I would be surprised if Kevin leads a heart, he's gonna make it. If Kevin leads a spade, he's going down like the Titanic.
Hmm.
Oh, no, he's let a heart.
So a heart is the aggressive lead, leading away from an honor or an honor position.
It's
Spade lead was the passive
the
lead.
longest and strongest.
But it
Well-
was the classic fourth best lead, and sometimes it's better to close your eyes and be fourth best. Leads are really hard. I don't ever think that anyone should feel bad about making a terrible opening lead. I think that that's very normal. Dana, how do you feel about making bad opening leads?
She's part of the family. She's used to it.
I'm very used to it. If I want something led, I have to bid it. Otherwise, leads are leads.
Yeah.
That was one of the first lessons your father taught me. He said, if I could have overcalled at the 1 level and I didn't, and you make the wrong lead, it's my fault.
I play a lot with Alex Perlin, and Michael plays with Alex Perlin, one of the nicest players in the world and an incredibly gifted player. And our style is monstrously aggressive in overcalling. and nothing is ever forcing. You can bid anything when you overcall. You cannot force partner to bid anything. Anything is passable for lead directing purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So wait a second now, the Clara only has 3 hearts, 2 clubs and 3 diamonds. You notice South played the damn 6 of diamonds. And she's now gonna play a discouraging club. Might he finally get around to playing a spade? Won't that still beat it? Now, Michael can make it somehow. I think South gets involved, but I don't.
See, I just believed you when you said something before. That was my fault.
Doesn't she get squeezed on the Queen of Hearts? Like she can't really safely pitch anything at that point.
Well, if the Clara goes to the King of Clubs, she can pitch a spade.
Hmm.
Right, so the defense still has a chance here. I think she's gonna win this and play a diamond back. And he'll still go down 1. She's not gonna play a club with the King 10 and dummy.
I agree.
So the defense has recovered. You notice that Sandra played very carefully. She played 6 of diamonds playing upside down.
And 6 of
She
clubs.
played 6 of clubs playing upside down.
So he got the
And Kevin
message.
finally got the message. Spades were a good idea. He's now thinking, why didn't I lead one of those? Sandra's going to play a diamond back now. And well, now wait a second. Now Michael
Wait.
could play club to the 10 and the jack, right?
A club to the,
The 10 and the jack.
Yeah.
And he'll still make it. He'll
Yeah.
make 4 clubs, 3 diamonds, and 3 hearts. So we're wrong.
that would
Oh.
rectify the count here, I think, right? Too, among other things, for a lot of other things. At the other table, it looks like they've followed the same line, so we may see a push,
Amber also led a heart.
and we're also let a heart.
Should be the worst thing anybody ever does.
Indeed.
So Michael will play club to the 10. Please don't disappoint me again. Okay. And
Or the queen.
the queen. But it
And a
doesn't
diamond.
matter.
Adam Kaplan, who's watching on the Twitch, made the point that if you're playing with Zach Grossack opening one no trump, you might not choose to use statement.
Zach Grossack is one of the most aggressive players
So,
around, I think.
so mightn't Sandra have won the ace of spades to give the Claire a guess as to what to play now?
Well done
Yeah,
by Michael.
Yeah, but South was sort of squeezed every which way. Once North didn't lead a spade. I hate ace jack 4th is not my favorite lead.
Chris
Yeah.
calls that a double gapper. When you're missing 2 in between your honors.
Like King 10 4th, something like that.
That he says that those are overrated no trump leads because you need quite a lot in order for them not to cost a trick.
all right, the action settled down.
All right.
We've only seen tenants swung in the last 3 boards total, so you know we're really peaceful. Okay, and Tuno, how many points was that? 7 and 8.
She's got it.
Actually, a 20 count opening 2 no trump.
Well, look at it this way, though. It's another bad hand for 4th from your longest and strongest.
Whew.
But though with those diamond interior spots, you might consider a diamond lead. But at any rate, the hand lies, the Clara doesn't see the king queen doubled in his spades. Is there a chance that, no, I guess Michael won't pass.
He's got a pretty good hand.
Right,
All of his honors are working.
right. But the Clara might play hearts before spades. Sandra has a tough lead to make.
I might
would-
lead a heart in her position, honestly.
Would you? Jack 3rd is very dangerous also. How about the
Yeah,
jack?
but
Oh, 4th best.
Fourth from your longest to strongest.
I think the bridge world will be giving up on 4th from your longest and strongest after this set. And meanwhile, she's looking at the dummy and saying,
thinks-
woo woo.
She thinks she did fine.
yeah,
Oh, so we saw a good question, which is that in the US, is it common to not play puppet stamen over 2 no trump or to just play normal stamen? That's a
Well, I
good
don't-
question in the Twitch.
A lot of people play puppet.
what do you
But why
play?
don't you like it?
I don't play puppet
Because we
because
like Smolin.
then I mean, there are a lot of people that play 2-no 3 spades as a relay to 3-no, and they could lump a lot of hands in there. But whenever I used to play that, I would forget. I'd bid 2-no 3-no, my partner would be bidding. And when 3 spades does or does not get doubled, you're giving away more information.
And the other thing is, if you don't play it the way we play it, we still get to show 5 spades. We just don't get to show 5 hearts.
Right, you can play 2-no 3 clubs, 3-no shows 5 spades. If
So you
you,
get some of it back, which is nice.
So you get 3 out of the 4 hands taken care of.
All right, so Debbie is gonna decide what to play at trick 2. What do you think she's gonna play? 8 of hearts?
I think she's gonna play the 8 of clubs at trick 1.
No, what is she gonna play at trick 2 was the
Uh,
question.
Probably.
She didn't want to make that decision.
But now Kevin has seen the 2 of clubs. He knows that clubs are not a good idea.
Yeah, but what's switching to what looks better?
Well, he knows that Clara has 5 clubs.
They also might play attitude leads. Do we know what their leads are? Are they playing fourth best or attitude?
I think they were playing fourth best. I can't swear to it though.
I think he might shift to like the 5 of spades or something like that. Oh, the
8 of diamonds. That was the winner.
Well, so far, except that Sandra doesn't know to continue when she gets in.
Dana, by the way, we're having a marriage counseling quiz. What did your husband lead on the same auction?
From the south hand?
South hand, same exact auction.
Jack of
Dad says Jack of Hearts. Dana?
Well, that's what I would lead, but he usually yells at me for my lead like that. So I say 10 of diamonds.
Do as Chris says, not as he does. He led the Jack of Hearts. Well done.
That's what I would have led. I would have been justified. Gosh, but yelled at still, I'm sure.
Well, you can whip out this VUGRAPH next time he yells at you.
Clara has 3 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and a spade. And the easiest way to get another trick is to play for the Queen of Hearts on side, but that ain't gonna work. And if she does that, she could lose 2 hearts, 2 clubs, and a spade. And I mean, playing the ace of spades looks like it's way against the odds. So I think there's a good chance she's gonna go down anyway. The Jack of Hearts lead, however, is really, well, now the Clara has 3 spades, 2 diamonds, a heart, and another heart, and a club. It gets sticky.
Yes.
It gets very sticky.
I don't envy Sandra on lead right here.
This is not, well, she knows she must have a safe club exit.
Right, that the Clara is just taking these anyway.
But then at the end, the Clara is gonna have to decide her 50% chance in heart. Oh, she's exited the Jack of Hearts. How do you like that? A little late, but so now the Clara's lost 2 clubs and she's gonna lose 2 hearts and she
And a
can
spade.
lose a spade. So I don't think she can make it.
Yeah,
Do
no,
you
it
think
feels
they'll
like
play the 10 with King 10-9? Don't they play upside down?
Maybe he's trying to show the 9 also.
Right, he must because the Clara, everybody knows the Clara only has 3.
it's a nice defense here.
Well, now might South get pseudo squeezed? No, she has 1 pitch.
She has one pitch to make from,
Yeah,
you can pitch anything. Well, still pitch a diamond.
she'll pitch a diamond. She has a safe diamond pitch.
Yep.
So it looks like 3-0 is into the toilet. But Chris is going to feel really good about his lead.
So Jason,
I know.
I would like it known for the record that I led a heart before I knew Chris had led a heart. And I was afraid he wouldn't like a heart lead.
Mhm. Well, they're not down yet at the other table, although I think they're heading that way. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it looks like they're going to wind up down, but it's going to require a little bit of care to see
Oh.
whether this result is duplicated.
Oh, no.
well, I mean, it's okay because she has safe exits and diamonds.
She did, but no, but Debbie's going to cash the ace of diamonds.
Yeah.
If Debbie cashes the ace of diamonds, she's going to end play herself, right? Oh, no, she's going to have, but she's going to end play herself for down 1.
For down 1, yes. This is
Yeah.
a common theme of I have 2 tricks, and if they end play with one of me with one of my tricks.
Is there a variant of the Miami M play? When you Declare loses the last couple tricks.
Yeah.
So
So now they're just Debbie's trying to construct something.
Yeah.
Would a low spade now do it?
I'm wondering about that. That's what she came with.
Maybe. Now
she's got
Yeah.
a heart loser at the end.
She's got a heart.
oh, she's still got a heart in her hand, yeah.
That was
All
cute,
of these
though.
end plays that still have a trick that has to be lost. They managed to make 3-0 in the other room. So if we want to go
Despite the Jack of Hearts lead?
despite
Oh,
the Jack
no.
of Hearts lead.
Oh, well, Declare might have gone after spades.
Maybe Declare was
Declare-
desperate.
Did. It looked like they still had it beat in the end position, but there was some, maybe I think South might have gotten end played. Why don't we go take a look at it? Brent, could you go look at the play in 3-0 trump? So the Jack of Hearts was led and continued.
Hmm.
They cleared hearts with, and she was desperate, went after spades. Still not quite enough tricks yet. Oh, is Chris going to be end played here? And oh no, I'm locked. Ah,
Oh, I see.
yeah. He didn't want to get end played in diamonds.
Oh, he didn't know that. Maybe he didn't know the diamond count. They had a miscommunication about the diamond count.
Yeah. So he made a very sexy play to avoid an end play, which ended up setting up Declare's 9th trick. Ah, all right, back to the other table and live. I have a suspicion that my father is being muzzled. I don't know why,
Yes.
but I have a suspicion that like a sock is being shoved into his mouth to avoid discussing.
Mom just left the room.
Oh, okay,
She went to get more wine.
good.
She's
not
topping me. She's topping me up as well. I'm visiting, and it's
on
definitely
Mother's
after
Day.
all
Mom
that.
is pouring her own wine.
On Mother's Day. It's terrible. She also took us out for golf. It was lovely.
Notice that Dana is the good child because she went and visited for Mother's Day, and I am in Salt Lake
I
City.
love my flowers, Michael.
Oh, you sent her flowers? They're lovely.
I sent
They're
flowers.
beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very
We
pretty.
sent them early so I would have time to enjoy them.
All right, on this board, 39, let's see, they got to 3-0 trump after West opened. And how is this doing? Well, they have a lot of tricks. This looks like not a whole lot going on. They've already won 2 tricks and they have 6 clubs and a heart still. Did I count right? So yes, they
I
have
think-
9 tricks and they're playing for an over trick.
There's no over tricks to be had, however, because look at the spade situation.
Yeah, as long as Kevin hops with the ace of diamonds.
Which he will in the 3-card ending or the 4-card ending.
Yeah, this is a lot of I don't know, hoping something interesting is happening, but it is not.
You know, it's tough in these long matches. You don't
Okay,
really
fine.
necessarily want
She claimed.
to claim if there's some hope, but here there was no hope.
Well, now with a timer clock, you want to be very careful, right? You don't want to spend too much time of your time when you don't need to.
So I will
Especially-
say, I really like the timers. I'm a huge fan as a quicker player myself. I really like that it's causing my opponents to have to play at a normal tempo instead of taking all the time and then putting me under pressure.
Oh, no.
But there
Okay.
are some things that haven't really been worked out as far as I can tell about the timer. So for example, it wasn't known at the beginning of this event, at least, when someone claims, if declarer claims, whose time is it when the defenders are evaluating the claim? Is that neutral time? Is that declarer's time? That wasn't a question that the director actually knew the answer to, nor did Jan. So it was very tough. A lot of unknown things about how the timer would work in this event that made people feel a little bit uncomfortable.
So
All
you can
right,
talk
so
about
here it's
this.
gone 1 no, 3 clubs, 3 diamonds, which probably says no 5-card major. South has to decide whether to show her hearts or not.
Only if 3
And-
diamonds.
Said no 5. It doesn't say anything about fours. South shows 4 hearts. And North is going to be 3 no, and nobody knows about the spades. Now, Michael, what spade or diamond would you lead? Hardly any difference. The declarer has 9 tricks no matter what you lead, but I mean, it would be, would you lead the king and I? You don't know whether North has 4 spades. Okay, that's the advantage of playing 3 diamonds, not denying or showing. All it does is deny 5. So Debbie could be leading into declarer's 4-card spade suit. Unfortunately, she could be leading into declarer's 5-card diamond suit, which she's done.
She's going to be happy to see the Jack Doubleton.
Yeah, declarer has nowhere near 9 tricks. Declarer has in top tricks only 7. 1 diamond, 3 clubs, and 3 hearts. Declarer doesn't know what to do. Now, mightn't he duck the diamond and hope for another one?
Can't he by force set up the diamond?
Block or count.
Yeah, if the queen asks for unblock or count, well, the 7 could be 4, right? He's not going to be able to read this. She might decide if she wins it and plays a diamond back, that even worst comes to worst, the defense plays spades, she still might have 9 tricks. I don't know. He might.
He's gonna win it and play a low diamond, I think, right?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I guess
Dad, with the correct prediction.
not.
Woo!
Adam Kaplan, by the way, expected declarer to duck. He wants it on record.
Okay.
That's his
Adam,
first.
you're right.
Well, Adam is good. All right, so now Debbie now
At the other table, by the way, there's going to be an interesting director ruling where it looks like he misclicked on a Texas transfer. And okay, they're getting back to a normal spot. Okay, so
is looking at that 6 of diamonds. Boy, but then she's looking at that jack of diamonds and dummy. If she shifts to a spade, declarer, oh, she did shift to a spade. Declarer can still survive. The clubs come in and the hearts come in.
nice play by Michael to sort of unblock the spades here, since he knows, or he doesn't know the spade position, but
Declarer knows the spade position. Declarer should know where the king, ace of spades is.
no,
Well,
but Michael had to get out of get out of his own way in that.
So he's playing the queen of clubs first. Now, the problem is declarer wants the percentage play in hearts is to take a finesse. Well, he doesn't need it anymore. He's got 9 tricks. He's just gonna cash out.
4, 5.
4 clubs, 3 hearts, a spade, and a diamond.
Yeah.
So another boring hand.
None of these hands are boring. Every hand is an adventure.
So
Well, 39, just so you're aware of what was going on. West opened a no trump. This was the one where they were in 3-0 with 6 club tricks and the ace king of hearts and some
that
other
was
kings and the other
that
suits.
was a very off-shaped no trump, right?
He opened an off-shaped no trump, an off-shape and slightly undercount no trump, but he had a king jack 9-6, then a 13 count. Not unreasonable, but so now they're playing in 4 hearts after a Texas transfer.
How's that gonna do?
Well, with all of the aces in front of all of the kings, it's fine. There was a chance that they would be off 3 quick tricks and the queen of hearts, but here it's unlikely unless Amber finds a very impressive low pointed suit lead from ace third or ace fifth. Good luck to her.
Ace fifth to try to give her partner a rough.
She also has 10-3 of clubs. That seems like the normalish lead. She led the ace of diamonds.
Right, she's trying to give her partner 2 roughs, ace of diamonds, diamond rough over and a diamond rough.
Yeah, well, this didn't work out.
Very reasonable way to try to beat the hand.
No, certainly.
Okay. So Michael Rosenberg. Oh, well, South will open a club in third seat. Now, the modern style is to overcall a spade. The old-fashioned style is to double. I think
Which do you prefer?
I would bet a spade.
But she opened a no trump.
Oh, she opened a no trump. Oh, what's
So
that?
now he'll have something to show the
So he's gonna show the majors, which is just what Debbie wants to hear. Now, this is why I play the major. You played some sort of 2 club bid to show the majors. So your partner
Could be 2 diamonds.
can bid 2 diamonds to find out what your better suit is instead of just guessing. Rosenberg might double this for penalties. What do you think, Michael? He's got a pretty good hand. Now he's
It's a good lead.
got a good hand and a good lead. He's bid 2 clubs for the majors. And now Debbie can bid 2 diamonds, what's your better major? Or she could say 2 clubs, that sounds good to me. At which point Sandra's would say, sounds good to me too. Everybody would say good to me. Oh no, she's asked partner for his better major.
So it's interesting. I think a lot of people now do not play penalty doubles over strong no trumps, with strong usually or often defined to include 16. But I kind of like playing penalty doubles always because people open these strong no trumps with these terrible hands all the time.
Okay,
Right.
can I say something in behalf of the older players of the world? It used to be Larry and I had a list of 3 or 4 players, but now I play with Mech and Larry. We have a rule. Any third seat opener of 1 no trump is considered weak. And you play your weak no trump defense. Okay?
I like it.
That is our rule for sure. All doubles are penalty. Then you have to know your follow-up. In other words, if it goes 1 no trump double something, you have to know what that next double is. One of the rules I like is that the second double from either player
Is taken.
is takeout.
That is
Okay?
what I play also. And I got 1 year, you might remember, Dad, my team from New York qualified from the Grand Nationals, and it was a great success. And the thing that I sort of credit with that success, other than the fact that my team was awesome, was that we had made that specific agreement. And it came up, I want to say, 5 or 6 times in the round robin.
How many,
like Joe Grew
how many
and-
people open the no trump against you on every hand?
Every hand was a no trump. Every hand somebody was doubling. Every hand we were making a takeout double or, pass. And then the other side would make a takeout double and we would pass for penalties. It was just a bloodbath.
Wonderful agreement.
Yep.
So
Well, you see what a 14 to 16 no trump looks like is 13 with a pretty mediocre 5
that
card
is the
suit.
Berkowitz family's suggestion is to everybody who's playing it. Whenever they open a no trump in third seat, it's weak. Okay, play your weak no trump defense, whatever it is. And I think Michael should have doubled with this hand. To tell you the truth, if he does play that, I don't know what he plays. It would have gone pass, South would have been 2 clubs running. West would have doubled for takeout, and East would have said, ha, ha, ha. And that would have been another bloodbath, Michael. And
Tell me the truth, Dad. Does anything make you happier than penalizing the opponents?
no, but that's because
That's because he's a Jets fan and he doesn't know any joy from football.
no, I used to play with Zia, okay? Zia, whenever the opponents peeped, his ears would perk up and he would say, how do I get them? How do I get them? How do I get them? That was the best part of his game. He wanted to get them on every hand. Okay, so now the defense is just not breaking any suits, but the declare is going to take 3 spades. A couple of hearts is 5, a couple of diamonds is 7, a club is 8, and maybe a trick in the wash. I'll say he makes 2 or 3, but East-West missed the opportunity to get a nice penalty here. Before I say that, please don't tell me the 2 clubs is a make north-south. No, I don't think so. It's got 2 or 3 club losers, 2 diamond losers, 3 heart losers, and 2 spade losers. That's a lot. That's like 500. So East and West have really passed up a juicy 500-point penalty. I mean, in my opinion. North-South had no place to run. They had a bunch of 7-card fits. So I think somebody once asked Larry what his favorite bids in bridge were, and he said penalty double.
I do not believe that to be true, for whatever it's worth.
Well, at the end of the auction, he likes to penalize him.
Yeah, but I think Larry's on record as saying his favorite convention is negative doubles if he had to pick one.
Okay.
But
So now the defense has thrown Kevin Dwyer had nothing to throw. He could have thrown the jack of clubs. They've set up another diamond trick for the declarer. So which is what we thought anyway. So the declarer is going to make 3 diamonds, 4 spades, 2 hearts and a club, maybe 10. Oh, they're really helping the declarer. He might make 11.
He can't make 11. He's
Okay.
already lost 3 tricks. Otherwise,
you're
yes.
so picky, Dana.
I am.
Oh, East and West have really, this is a very poor result for East West. Sandra gave them a chance. East West didn't bid their game. Would you
Yeah.
think?
Their game.
They didn't bid their game.
Well, wait a
That-
second. Is 3-0 a bad contract, East West? They have 16 opposite 9.
Yeah.
I mean, 3-0 looks like an easy make East West. They're going to take a club, a couple of diamonds, a couple of hearts, and 4 spades.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's true.
if I was East West, I would expect this surely to be a swing.
Do we know
Uh-oh.
I
whether
mean, every
was-
board is a swing, Dad. That's not saying anything.
was it a swing? Mike, what's happening in the other room?
So in the other room, they're a little
Mike
behind.
says
They're on
that-
board.
Larry says this is a normal 630 or 660, which I just said.
Yes,
Before he said that to me.
you're right. Anyway, board 40. We just weren't thinking 4 spades. We were thinking anyway.
3-0.
39, which
That's-
was 3-0 here, making 3. They got to 4 hearts and they made an over trick when they didn't find the best events that could have forced declarer to guess. They found a defense where declarer did not have to guess anything, so he made an over trick. That was 2 imps to Millens, and on board 40 right now, it looks like it's going to be a push. That was the 3-0 where they led the king of diamonds here.
Well, Rosenberg did
Not
very
paying that
well
much
to stay
attention.
out of the auction. It went 2 hearts and he passed. It helped that his partner was a passed hand. So Michael, you want to talk to Larry and ask him what he thinks about passing with the East hand with a void? He loves to balance, but even I got to believe he wouldn't balance with this one.
Well, if you double, you know your partner's passing. Where are the high card points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, North-South have missed a very playable game. However, if you'll notice the hearts, South has the spots. You know, 4 hearts, I think, has 2 aces and 2 hearts to lose for sure, and it's got diamond problems. We'll see if the declarer's still got to try to make 2 hearts, not 4. The diamond's going to get roughed, but that dummy's pretty good. I think 2 hearts will come home, no problem. At the other, what would you open the south hand if you didn't have that gadget? Would you open 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, or 1 heart?
In second seat, red.
Anna, what will Chris, does Chris have that hand or,
I think
Chris
Chris
is
holds
out.
it. He's second seat red.
you think he'll pass?
I do think he will pass, but we'll see.
And then it's gonna go a heart, a spade, pass, and he'll bid 2 diamonds, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, how does 3-0 do north-south? The diamonds don't come in, the spades and the club.
Don't they
leads.
only have 23 high or something? It doesn't feel like a
Yeah.
game hand.
So it might be 2, they might stop in 2 diamonds.
Don't you guys have dinner plans at some point?
We do, and Dad has to
I
actually
have to
change his
change in a
clothes.
few minutes. In a minute.
Yeah.
I don't want you to miss your reservation for, Mother's Day.
Oh, that's not a good play of the ace of spades. Why would he do that?
And
She might have given him the wrong count and who knows? At any rate. It looks like a dull partial. You'll let me know what goes on in the other room. I am getting ready for dinner.
Well done, honey.
My dad is gonna stay there for a while.
Okay, I'll stay for a little while. Mom, Dad, do you want to turn off your video?
Yeah, it's okay. As long as they don't make noise, it won't be on their camera. But
I'm just taking over.
Oh,
I'm still here for a little bit.
okay. As long as Dad doesn't disrobe on camera again.
I was just doing my belt, loose.
yeah,
So
this was the first time he got on Zoom without any problems. I'm very impressed. Dana, was that because you logged them in?
I didn't do anything. I was no
Wow.
help.
That's, yeah. All right, so let's see. Exit the diamond. And Michael is going to have to give one, get one. So making
2.
claim. Yes, the 4 count balancing with a double seems like it would be a recipe for disaster.
rich.
Yes.
You need lots of money to do that.
All right, new deal. South has what looks like a no trump in their system, 14-16 still.
Is that a majors hand on the west, or is it just a pass?
I think for Michael, it's a pass.
What would you do,
For
Dana?
me too. I would pass.
Ah, we found one.
I think if you made it 3-1 in the minors, it's more attractive.
For sure.
That's one of those things that,
Especially if it was king, queen, third.
yeah,
In balancing seat, I might also feel differently. I think I would feel differently,
yeah,
but
probably
indirect.
too easy to get in trouble.
Unfortunately, he's going to get in trouble because he's going to lead a heart like a normal person, I think.
That
Yeah. That he
that
did.
is the lead. For those asking, yes, these videos do eventually wind their way up on YouTube because they will stay on Twitch for a week or so, and then they get put on the YouTube. They're put on the YouTube channel before that, so you can always watch.
By the way, was this a hand that Debbie might have balanced? Especially if she played something like don't, where 2 clubs showed clubs and a higher.
It's true. That would have been okay. Although it's hard for them to stop somewhere good.
I
So
would have.
did you ever watch Jeopardy from the other night?
I did. It's nice to hear that you're famous now.
Infamous. It said I was not the serial killer.
By the way, James had a very nice post on Bridge Winners as well. He was very
For
great.
those who aren't following this chat, James Holzauer is a bridge player and Jeopardy champion, and he's on Jeopardy Masters right now. And he gave a shout out to bridge last night, which was very lovely.
And mentioned some of his very excellent Hall of Fame partners, including our father, David Berkowitz. And he had to clarify that this was not the serial killer, David Berkowitz. And certainly not the serial killer that was caught, David Berkowitz.
James also mentioned Carrie Sanborn and Ralph Katz.
But then he mentioned many more players on bridge winners. He mentioned Jeff Mextroth. He mentioned
He mentioned a lot of people. in
Josh
pubs
Dunn.
and bridge winners.
many more experts were thanked,
Hmm.
which was very great.
And James is doing us proud on Jeopardy Masters. I believe he's currently leading.
Yeah.
Okay.
For those of you who think Thad, for the board where you said they were for sure going to get to 3 no trump the other way, they are playing in 2 spades on the same auction. Slightly different auction. Slightly different auction.
Okay, I think we are probably
The
heading
Berkowitz
to dinner.
family is minus Mr. Michael, who is
I'm staying on with all of you guys on Twitch.
staying at home in Salt Lake City, but the Florida contingent is heading out for Mother's Day.
Have fun, everyone.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone. See you later.
Happy Mother's Day to any mothers watching or playing.
So I'm going to be
Except
joined by
mothers playing at this table.
Brent Zhao, who's been doing all of the navigating for us, is going to now join me. Hi, Brent.
Hello. I have to turn my camera on now.
Yes. Brent's on the U26 squad going to, where was it again? I forget.
It's
already.
in the Netherlands.
Going to the Netherlands. And,
Starts beginning of August or end of July.
you guys are traveling a lot this summer, huh? So you're going to go there and then Chicago?
It's Chicago first and then to Europe. Yeah.
Nice. All right, so here we are playing a very exciting 1 no trump, which we haven't analyzed at all. Let's see, north south already have 5 tricks. I have not paid attention. Have you been paying attention, Brent?
Yeah, Michael needs to cash the club and exit to heart. Otherwise, he's going to get unplayed.
Ah. So this has been a constant theme that we've seen. And, you know, I often am talking with more novice or intermediate players, and the end play is something that always seems elusive for that level of players. But to me, it's always like, well, what's the worst that happens if you just get out of your hand and make someone else play a suit? Do you have a particular strategy that you like for when you can recognize these end play situations?
I think it's really about picturing what the other hands are. Like on this hand, actually Michael can set up a heart, so maybe it doesn't lose a trick or gain a trick. But like he can, if he knows the spade position is like this, then he can foresee something akin to an end play could happen. So then like it'll turn the radar on.
It's kind of funny because both West and South had the same position, right? They both could have cashed their honor and played the other, but neither one of them did it. They both chose to try to set up their suits the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, Sandra may not have known that the spades were not splitting.
Right.
Yeah, it's really important to try to figure out the opponent's shape, because that's how you can be more sharp on these end positions.
So in the other room, people were wondering what Chris was going to open with the hand where he was 6-5 in the reds. Chris chose to pass, hoping to get in later. And Shen in third seat opened 1 no trump with a small singleton diamond, which I wasn't sure is street legal. I don't know. Are the USBF regulations different than the ACBL regulations about weather?
I
That-
don't know what the conditions of contest are. But I'm sure if it's not systemic, no players would
Yeah.
protest.
Right.
They might
Certainly.
use like open plus, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. But at this level, I think the general philosophy is you're supposed to be able to deal with anything that the opponents throw at you. So if he sort of pseudo psychs a no trump, that's your responsibility as a world-class player to be able to deal with. All right, so let's take a look at this one. West has a very normal opening bid, one spade. North has some values, but not the right shape to do anything. What are you going to do with the East hand? Would you try any gadgets or would you just bid one no trump?
I don't think I would usually have anything fancy available, so it would be one no trump for me. My heart suit is really weak, and I have no spade support.
Yeah, if
And my
you
hand is not
rearrange
strong
the
enough.
values such that the heart suit was prettier looking, some people like to play one spade, three hearts as natural and invitational, but certainly with 10/6 of hearts, that doesn't scream that they want to do this. Two clubs is artificial, could be three. Two diamonds, we've seen this auction before. Two diamonds is a transfer to heart, is a relay to hearts. I don't know if Michael has a way around it. Oh, he does. He bids two spades. They're gonna love this partnership auction. Each of them is repeating the void of the other.
I'm sure by bidding two spades, it would indicate that the club suit is natural, I would guess. Otherwise, he could complete the transfer to two hearts.
Right, and I think he would complete the transfer as long as he had at least two, but I'm not
Right.
sure if he would with a singleton.
Right, so what I'm saying is when he bids two spades, he's denying a doubleton heart, which
Mhm.
would then imply that he has four clubs. And I think Debbie is signing off in three clubs now. So
Right.
that's how Debbie knew that Michael had a real club suit.
Good point. And so they find their way, and Debbie also went sort of the low road here because their hands don't fit together so well. This auction screams for a trump lead. We'll see if Kevin agrees with that thought. But usually when you're playing in Declarer's second suit, you just close your eyes and pick a trump, which is what we've been discussing and has been discussed a lot. But of course, Kevin finds a different lead. With the king, queen of diamonds like this anyway, it seems like nothing was really going to matter. Let's see. Declarer has to lose a diamond. It looks like the real killer lead was a heart, though I don't think they're finding that. I don't know. What's your plan here at as declarer? Yeah, is right.
I could just I could duck trick one, honestly, but my spades are really strong, so I think I would play a club to my hand and ace of spades and run the queen of spades probably.
Right. So you could go for a cross ruffy line, but you have your spades and diamonds now are so close to being set up that maybe you don't have to do that.
Yeah, the reason I said I could have ducked a diamond was so that here I wouldn't get a diamond ruff after ducking the diamond.
Right. But when you're only in the 4-3 fit, maybe you're hoping that anyone who's roughing is roughing with a natural.
True.
Now Kevin switches to a club. Interesting that he switched to the jack of clubs. This is going to make declare really contemplate which line to go at, because there's lots of lines that now feel like they will be successful. But I think what you said, ace of spades, queen of spades, seems eminently reasonable. The question is, so if your plan is to win ace of spades, queen of spades, how many rounds of trump should you touch? I don't know. These sorts of hands are very complicated because you have lots of opportunities.
I'd say it's usually good to try to, so if you think trumps might not be splitting, it would be good to establish your side suits first, just so
Mhm.
you don't lose trump control. And on this hand, I don't see any real reason to draw more before trying to establish your spade suit.
Yeah,
But
so
after the spade suit is set up, then certainly you can draw the trump. So the defense has one last trick if they can find the diamond rough.
yeah,
But
well, a heart
South
makes
might
these-
return a club.
yeah.
Yeah, on a different day, a heart could work as well if the clubs were not so friendly.
That is true. The 3-3 clubs and is going to make everything sort of irrelevant, but
So actually, now I think the Claire might just draw one round of trump and then start playing off spades. And this
right.
way you guarantee the contract.
Oh, and we're wrong. She's gonna throw. Who's playing it? Oh, West. He's gonna throw the diamonds. This is the problem with the mix is that it's very easy to misgender accidentally. So we apologize in advance if we misgender anyone. But you know, if we forget who's declaring. So here, now he's taking a roughing finesse. Lots of ways to get to. So this looks like it'll get to 9, right?
I think it might,
Oh, they'll get the 10th because the spades are 4-4.
right.
You're right.
Otherwise, it would just be guaranteeing 9.
Yeah. So eventually they went with a cross rough, but this was after some variant. Oh, I see. If he played a diamond, they could pitch a spade, but I don't think he's gonna. This, yeah, he's gonna rough it anyway. So back to the same 9. All right. It was a very interesting choice of how to play it, but I think that
His line was probably more safe than what I suggested.
probably I tend to trust Michael Rosenberg's lines on these things. Who knows? But it certainly worked out fine. All right, here. 2 passes, 8, 10, 14, 15. So is this looks like a normal one, no trump, although you could open a club also. What's your style on these? 5-4 clubs and spades?
I always just tend to open a no trump unless I have a 5-card major and it looks particularly suit oriented and I'm like in my range, then I could open a major. Otherwise, I open a no trump.
Yeah. You know, for me, it's more about my rebid. And when I have spades, it's not such a rebid problem, although a club, something, a spade is often not as good an auction as opening a no trump. Michael found the killing lead from his 5-card suit. Let's see, they have to lose.
And they would have done better opening a club on this hand.
On this
But I would
hand,
have opened a no trump as well.
right, on this hand, a club would have allowed them to get to spades. Although it's not super clear whether you have a 2-spade or 3-spade rebid with this out hand, which is another problem of opening a club.
Actually, East-West might be making 4 hearts if you guess the diamond suit correctly.
Yeah, everything is friendly for East-West, and let's see, they're off a club, a heart, and a spade. Oh no, no spades. Club, heart, and a diamond. Yeah. One-O also is known for its preemptive value. Would you have overcalled? Let's say they had opened a club. You have 10/5 of hearts. Would you have overcalled a heart? Would you have made a takeout double?
I think I would have overcalled 1 heart. And the reasoning is my majors have a 2-card discrepancy, and that's kind of, I think, not ideal for me.
Yeah.
So we can notice that the heart suit is blocked, but West has plenty of entries to cash the 5th heart.
And
And so the defense will take a whole bunch of tricks here.
he's also playing them from the top, saying that he wants a spade back. Suit preference in situations where your partner might be on lead and you need to figure out what to do. Let's see, let me just check in on what's been going on at the other table. Has there been any? We've had a couple of pushes after a lot of swingy talk. There have been a few pushes. 2 hearts by South went down at the other table, whereas 2 hearts here was made. So that brings it to 40-23 for Rosenthal on this set. And you can see the full score here is 129.96 in favor of Rosenthal. Remember that there's another set today. There's 4 sets tomorrow. And
Yeah, we can talk about the format of the rest of this mixed USBC event. So concurrent to this match, it's the USA2, is it the semifinals or the quarterfinals?
the
I
USA
don't remember.
2, I think, is still in the quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals, right. And so they are playing a 6-segment match instead of the 8-segment match that we have in this, what we're seeing right now. And after the 6 segments, that's when the semifinals begin. So the quarterfinals and the semifinals are both 1.5 days. And the finals for the USA2 will take place after that. So a little
lot of
confusing,
bridge
but
for a lot of
it
people.
all meshes together.
Well, right. For the players, it's a lot of bridge, but for us kibitzers, it's a lot of fun because there's going to be good bridge for this week. There was good bridge last week. There's going to be good bridge next week because the senior and the women's trials are simultaneously coming up. There will be VUGRAPH, and Jan has helped organize the VUGRAPH for all of this. So lots of good things to watch. Wow, Michael going for the extra kill.
Yeah, and I think on this hand, Declare made the correct play of playing a spade to the 10, even though it might look like you want to start on clubs. But even if the clubs all came in, she was actually still a trick short.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of Michael's play here for the extra under trick? It was brave.
I think he had no better option. Like he wouldn't play a club or a spade.
Well, he could have cashed the setting trick is the issue.
Right, that is true. So he knew that Declare only had clubs and diamonds left. So I think it was actually safe.
Hmm.
Not entirely sure.
Not entirely. Well, it was close. Anyway, so we can check the other table. They're finishing up. They had the same auction, 1-0 all pass. And their play has gone a little differently. but it looks like it's going to amount to the same down to. Although actually Chris is squeezed here. So if they exit a club, oh no, he has the king 10.
So it seems like the player in this room pitched differently on the run of the hearts compared to the other room.
Mhm. And certainly didn't play a spade up earlier. So it looks like it's going to be the same down too.
Maybe they ran the jack. I'm not sure.
Actually, no. Can he get him an extra if he plays ace of spades and a spade here? Yeah, ace of spades and a spade will end play Chris in his hand. All right, well, thank you all for watching. We have more VUGRAPH coming up. There's, I think, a 15-ish or so minute break but for the players. Remember, we are half an hour delayed. So this has all happened, but we don't like spoilers. So even if you know what happens, don't go ahead and look it up. 3 imps for Millens on this one. More good bridge to come. I'm not sure who the commentators are for the last set. Do you know, Brent? I think it's
It'll be Greg Lawler, Roger Lee, and maybe Cynthia.
so that's a
It'll
great
start in 30 minutes from now, or 29 minutes from now.
starting 29 minutes from now. All right. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. Thank you, Brent, for doing the VUGRAPH part of it. And look forward to seeing you again.
Yep, take care, everyone.